We've done a couple AC/DC reactions on this channel, and of course, you guys know I love this legendary band. Just the whole adventure that I've been going through, checking out some of their music. I wasn't raised on this stuff, guys. A lot of you guys who watch me already know that I was raised on like contemporary Christian music. So I have been loving being able to experience some of these legendary bands and acts and artists just first time ever with you guys. And you guys can kind of like live vicariously throughout me, maybe remembering the first time you checked out some of these guys. But today we're reacting to Dirty Deeds Done Cheap. Dirt Cheap. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Long name, if you ask me, by AC/DC, guys. Again, my name is Andy and on my channel, I react to classics, dude. Classic rock, classic pop, classic metal, classic hip-hop, classic R&B, classic country. Amazing classics, like I said, that I didn't get to grow up with. So the support has been amazing. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for that support. And without further ado, where are my two-steppers? Not me today because I am still a little bit sore from the gym. So my legs are dead. I'm sorry, guys. Nothing's wrong. Oh yeah, I always have to let you guys know what's going on if I'm not two-stepping. You guys seem to think that like something's wrong if I don't two-step in the intro. And you would be right, something is wrong. My legs hurt, okay? I took like a month off the gym, and that was a bad idea. Or almost 2 months. I don't even know. Listen, I accidentally did that, and it was a bad idea because I did leg day like 2 days ago. I can't walk, and we can't two-step either. So let's pull this video up, guys. AC/DC, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Just a little preface. I try to preface as much as I can. I don't tend to listen to lyrics as much as I should. I'm an audio engineer and a producer. I've been playing piano since I was 6 years old. I talk about the musicality of things. So if that's not something you enjoy, I'm sorry. And I tend to pause a little frequently, but you know, I try to let it vibe out and try to let it, you know, I try not to kill the energy or anything like that. So there's my little preface, guys. Let's get it. No video? This sounds like AC/DC to me. I feel like all their songs sound like you're moving. Sounds like you're going somewhere. So funny. Like I know I just said I don't really listen to lyrics, but like sometimes when I do listen to the lyrics, I immediately notice how like there's always these little concepts and things. I don't know. People are very creative with the stories that they tell. These bands are very creative with the stories they tell and kind of the themes of the music and the concepts of the music that they write. It's so funny, man. What a funny thing to write about. But yo, sounds a little different. I feel like his voice typically sounds a little more distorted, I guess, for lack of a better term right now. And this one, it sounds like he's a little more settled into the instrumental. You know, it doesn't sound like he's like right in your face or anything like that. Of course, his vocals are still cutting through, and I can understand what he's saying. But, dude, it's different. It's a little bit different than what I'm, you know, used to hearing. But I think the tempo and kind of the groove and everything is pretty typical for AC/DC. They definitely have their legendary sound that everyone knows and loves, of course.
They got the phone. I'm always home. Call me anytime. Just ring 362436. Hey, I need a lifeline.
How many people call that number?
What
a vocal right there. That's funny. Oh my God, I did not expect that.
Dirty deeds
That's pretty funny. Oh my god.
You got problems in your life of love. You got a broken heart. He's double dealing with your best friend. That's when the tears.
There's a lot of space going on right here. I feel like these verses are kind of letting him tell the story here and not doing too much to distract you in the background. Just we get like 2 measures of just silence and just the drums. Like it reminds me of how like country songs that are telling a story are written a little bit, just a little bit, just a wee bit. Reminds me a little bit of country. Sorry, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but that's kind of what it reminds me of a little bit.
He's double dealing with your best friend. That's when the teardrops start, fella. Pick up the phone, I'm here alone. Or make a social call. Come right in, forget about him. We'll have ourselves a ball. Hey, dirty deeds, like the cheek. Dirty deeds, like the cheek. Dirty deeds, like the cheek. Dirty deeds and the done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds and the done dirt cheap.
Okay. Before we get into this, I promise I'm gonna back it up. Sorry, guys. One thing I'm noticing just from the production side of things is that I think there is some stereo stuff going on here. When I refer to the stereo imaging, I'm referring to the left and right channels that we're listening in. Right, you know, if they pan a guitar all the way to the left or pan a guitar all the way to the right, this track seems to be relatively narrow, relatively just down the center. There's little things and vocals and things that come out left and right, and they might be having 2 identical or basically identical guitar signals panned left and right just to add a little bit of width. But I'm not noticing the typical like 80s, 70s slash 90s or whatever like over usage of like panning that you hear a lot. Like an example I always like to bring up when I talk about this era of production. In recording studios is if you listen to Bohemian Rhapsody, right, or even just a lot of Queen stuff, they loved panning stuff, just super far left, super far right, you know, almost to the point where if you were listening with one headphone on or you unplugged one side of of your speaker system, like you would miss out on like half the song. So I'm noticing that in this song, like I said, it's pretty narrow when it comes to the stereo imaging. But it's good. It's different. It's good. I just wanted to point that out because as I'm listening to this chorus, it didn't sound as wide as I was expecting it to sound.
Dirty deeds and the done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds and the done dirt cheap.
It's funny because like the way that guitars are made, and I guess there's not really an excuse for pianists. Like I said, I played piano since I was 6 years old. I was classically trained until I was 18, and I've played much longer after that. I'm 26 now. I work in the studio. I play piano every single day of my life. But dude, like I think it's so fun listening to guitar solos and just guitarists like kind of do their thing because of the frets are obviously, you know, on a guitar, on the neck of a guitar, it's called chromatic, right? So the usage of just chromatic elements in guitar solos and just a lot of just like solo guitar music and stuff, it's very fascinating. It's not something I hear too much in pianists' work. When you hear like piano solos and things like that, I think it's much more like kind of locked to the scale, but that they're in the key that they're in. But it's fun hearing guitarists kind of shred and stuff and use the chromatic scale to you know add a little bit of extra color and stuff. You know, if you don't know what I'm referring to by with the chromatic scale, you know, if you're following a regular scale, you got like whole note, half note, whole note, half note, or whatever. You know, if you're in major or minor, it depends. But generally, you have mainly whole notes that you're playing along. But when you're playing chromatically and using, you know, playing along the chromatic scale over like a regular, you know, key or whatever, you're only, you know, you do these half steps, right? So when he was going up, he's going, you know, that kind of thing. Like, I don't know why I did that with my hand. I don't know how to play guitar. I'm sorry. But That's what I'm referring to by the chromatic scale. Sorry if I'm like yapping a little bit about, scales and chromatics and keys and stuff. But yeah, that's just like I love hearing like guitar solos like that because it is so fascinating how they use the chromatic scale. That's it. This is just crazy. What are we talking about? And now it's gonna stick with you for the rest of your life. Like, I've mentioned this a lot about like classics. It's just the way that they were written. They were always written so well that you can hear the chorus one time and it'll just stick with you forever and you'll memorize it forever. Versus a lot of stuff now that like they don't sound as iconic, I guess, if that even makes any sense and is even a thing that I can say. But like, it's you don't get that same effect when you listen to modern music. You got to listen to a song at least like 3, 4, 5 times before you really get that hook down or the chorus down or whatever you want to call it. But with a lot of this 80s music, 90s music, 70s music, 60s music, whatever it is, just iconic. It's just like written so well that it just sticks with you. Yeah, dude.
Concrete tube, cyanide, TNT, thunder cheap, neckties, contracts, high voltage, thunder cheap, dirty beat. There were the thunder on the tube, thunder cheap, dirty beat, dirty deeds, thunder cheap, yeah.
That's funny. That was fun. I think that was kind of fun. That was a little bit different than the other AC/DC stuff that I've heard. Yeah, dude, the vocal performance was I think that was the thing that was the most different about this whole thing aside, like writing stuff aside, but I really enjoyed it, guys. So if I got to check out more AC/DC, definitely comment some more suggestions. I have a membership if you guys want to support the channel a little bit extra. We drop videos early before we drop them to the public. I feel like I'm not like in frame as much as I should be. Drop videos early before we drop them to the public. So if you want to support the channel a little bit extra, definitely sign up for that. But if not, don't worry. Your regular subscription means the absolute world to me anyway. And don't worry. Everything that we drop over on the membership, we eventually drop to the public anyway. So you're not missing out on anything if you don't want to sign up for that. Other than that, my socials are in the description. And I'm going to get my butt out of here, guys. Peace. Thunder cheap. Thunder cheap.